Hey all, here are OS Reviews. A few weeks back we did a review on the KZ AS10, which were these crazy IEMs in-ear monitors that had 10 drivers, 5 on each side. These were the flagship model from KZ, a rising kind of hi-fi brand that is relatively affordable based in Shenzhen, and today we're taking a look at one of their more budget options. Again, all of KZ's IEMs have offered pretty good value for the money, and this is another good example on paper. It's only $20, has a aluminum faceplate, and it's a dual driver setup with one balanced armature and one dynamic driver. And just like the more expensive AS10, the cable is still detachable, so if it breaks or if you want to replace it, it should be very much easy to do. Comes in a few different colors as well. Past KZ IEMs at this price, around $20, have all been made out of plastic. This is one of the first times we're using more of a premium construction, even on a cheaper model. So it's pretty impressive that on such a low-cost variant, they have gone with slightly more premium design, at least on paper. So if we take a quick look, it says second generation hybrid technology earphones. Other packaging contents are just the standard affair. We have some spare silicone tips. There's no memory foam, but that's perfectly acceptable at this price. There's a quick user manual, and there's also the detachable cable, which is actually exactly the same as the one on the AS10, even the same color. Offers a few translucent accents, and we also have a pretty angular plug for the L-shaped 3.5mm jack. Now just a slightly closer look at these in-ear monitors, so you can see that the back here is still made out of a transparent resin or plastic, and it has the KZN Hifi stamped onto it, balanced armature. Well, you're able to see all the drivers inside. You can see kind of the circuitry as well, the wires connecting together. Gives it a rather unique and interesting look. When it comes to audio quality, I think KZ have done a respectable job. Now, the stereotype, if you're not familiar with this brand, is packing in a lot of bass. It's extremely bright, it's extremely vibrant, a little bit artificial sometimes on their previous older earphones, which many love, especially if you're listening to modern music, but folks that want a more natural, relaxed sound often found that as a slight point of critique. However, these are a step in the right direction of making them sound much more natural. So instead of having a V-shaped sound, which is going to be, again, more attuned for consumer type music, these are slightly more kind of an oval or U-shaped, a bit more acoustic and authentic sounding. So when I say that, the bass is still definitely present, especially if you listen to EDM tracks. It's still very punchy, but at the same time, it doesn't recede or distract from the mids as well as the trebles. So I think that the tuning of the drivers here, they've definitely made an improvement on. Now if you enjoy listening to classical music, you enjoy listening to folk music, acoustic music, you may be able to enjoy it a bit more because of that slightly more relaxed sound signature. As a result, if you listen to vocals, just people singing maybe in a live setting, both males and females, it really is a very enjoyable experience and everything just comes to life. Otherwise, the ergonomics and comfort are also pretty good. I wore these for about 2 hours and I still was able to feel pretty comfortable. There wasn't too much unnecessary pressure. The arms support the weight really well. The silicone tips offer a good amount of natural noise isolation and block out some noise. Now at the end of the day, they're still not going to be gym or sports oriented headphones just because, again, they are hi-fi. They're more tuned for close listening of music compared to maybe wireless earbuds that allow more freedom of movement. Overall, I just really love the aesthetics. I think the hint of gold that's coming through just looks really elegant, and the completely transparent wire as it's connecting to the IEM is also a really nice touch. Although the level of bass isn't quite as artificially pumped up as on some of KZ's other offerings, I think overall it's definitely a good step in the right direction, especially if you want to listen to music in a very natural way, and you can also control it yourself using equalizers if you do want to adjust the bass up, for example. So if you're interested, you can learn more details in the links down below, but overall, pretty impressive for only $20. These have been the KZ ZSN hybrid dynamic and balanced armature driver in your monitors. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.